चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Start with the lecture. I'm continuing with the previous one from the last week. So here this lecture is from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 2 and Shloka number 23. So is it audible now?
Maharaj, the service that we are done, many times we get carried away by because even a devotee when he does services, he also gets some sort of a mystic power to do things beyond his capacity. Exactly. Oh, exactly. So I become very attached to this. No. Never.
Is it audible, Mataji?
For the devotee.
Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, it is audible.
Instead of browser, can you open this Word file separately so that we can have a full view?
Not the predominator. I'm the predominated. This is Krishna's mercy.
Yes, Mataji, and you can increase the font size like 171% more if it is possible. Bottom right. I cannot hear anything, Mataji. I'm not sure this also.
But I've just looked at the correspondence that I've written to other people.
It's not audible, Prabhu?
Yeah, now it was audible.
No, the audio was not audible.
Earlier it was not when you opened that document.
Oh, okay. Then how do I do it, Mataji? I mean, if I come back here, it is audible.
Now you play, Mataji. Now you do.
That is the service that you've given to me. Hey. Other message, some other
now,
voice.
Prabhu?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, not audible now.
Prabhuji, it was audible, right?
Mataji, you open this word in this browser only. I think.
How do I open the word in this browser only?
Here, earlier, the first time you opened.
First time you open or that way?
That it comes here only, Prabhu. It opens in the Word document.
No, don't open the Word document. Earlier you were showing in the browser, no?
No, I never showed in the browser, Mataji. It was like this only. Okay, probably I will not maximize this browser then. I'll play it again, Mataji. Just confirm, okay?
And my capacity.
Not coming, Mataji. Once you're shifting to the Word document, audio is stopping.
This is a mystical process.
It was audible.
No, just now we could hear, Mataji.
I think you need to unmute yourself.
I'm not attracted so much, to be honest, I'm not so attracted to deity worship.
Yeah, it's coming now.
When I find when I do this process of worship in the mood that this is on behalf of my spiritual master, I'm not the enjoyer, it's a service. It's so joyful. And then my mind wants to run to the joyfulness of it, and I lose the sense of I'm doing it as a service unto my spiritual master. And all of that happiness is gone. I become the enjoyer. There's the message of devotional service is in the Bhagavatam. It's realized through the medium of service and submission. When we serve in submission, we taste something that just is not there in the controller mentality. So if something comes that empowers us beyond our capacity, all credit goes to someone else if the heart is pure. But if the heart is not pure, then I want to be the enjoyer of that something, and I lose it. I lose the happiness, I lose the empowerment. So this is, according to the teaching of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, this is one of the stages of Anarta Nivritti. One who is a little bit successful, in your words, one becomes empowered to do something beyond one's own capacity. One who becomes a little successful in spiritual life. One of the anartas that one needs to address is labha, puja, and pratishtha. Oh, now I've achieved something. Now I'm getting some respect. I'm getting some honor. I'm getting some praise. I'm successful in spiritual life. Pride. Tarangarangani. One tries to be the enjoyer of the little waves of spiritual happiness. There's a contamination. So a devotee understands that. So in the beginning stages, yes, that may happen, but I immediately responded no. In favor of, so it's initially, it's a factor of intelligence. The intelligence makes a strong yes over here, which immediately gives a strong no over there. But that's just intelligence. It's a spiritual intelligence. Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upiyanti te. It's awarded to persons who tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. Krishna gives the intelligence yes, which means no, to be the enjoyer. Yes, with love and great affection, serve Krishna. Krishna will supply that intelligence. Dadami. Krishna gives it unto those who, tesham, satata yuktanam, bhajatam, priti purvakam. And if we're doing externally only, like accepting Krishna consciousness on the mental plane, it's not from the heart. As soon as the opportunity for enjoyment comes, hey, Krishna must want me to enjoy. No. Krishna wants your love and your devotion. Not because he's needy, because he's compassionate. It's the rescue from this drowning position in material existence. So no. Yes, to the other side. That's Buddha Yoga. Right? Yavasayatmika Bodhi Ekeha Kurunandana. That's Buddha Yoga. Krishna Eka Sharana. That's Buddha Yoga. Eka. Shelter at Krishna's lotus feet. That's it. Yeah. Well, what happens when a child walks and learning to walk and takes a spill? They cry, they get back up, and they start walking again. That's the path of bhakti. The propensity for pure love for Krishna is there, just as walking propensity is there. It's natural when there's a loving parent that helps the child learn to walk. It's natural when there's a loving teacher that helps the aspiring spiritualist to learn pure devotional service. We take a little spill, we get back up again. However many times, we get back up again. However far away we may go, we get back up again. Under the guidance and loving care of those who are training and guiding us in Krishna consciousness. Yes. Microphone?
I just want one clarification. Just now, this question regarding this question, what I understood is that when this kind of stage comes, when one is thinking like lava, puja, pratishtha, one is getting some empowerment from Krishna, one becomes pride. So, what I understood is that is it that one should control the mind by intelligence, although the desire is there, but when intelligence is taking shelter, even if the mind is rebelling or something.
Yeah. You invoke a little intelligence and say, my dear mind, just like Raghunath Das Goswami in his Mana Shiksha, my dear mind, please. With your intelligence, you give instructions to the mind.
So means, but there is a feeling that why these kind of things are coming in mind, that is itself very discouraging.
No, it's not just, we've been in this material world. The reality is we've been in this material world so many lifetimes we can't even count them all. The reality is we've been misusing our free will consistently for millions and millions and millions of lifetimes. We have a responsibility to pay for that misuse of free will. We're paying our dues. You borrow money, you got to pay it back, right? That's responsible life. You have a debt, you pay it back. Correct? I mean, in material life, you accept some money from another person, you're committed to pay it back, whatever it takes. We have to take responsibility for our misuse of free will, and it's not discouraging that we have to do so. It's responsible that we have to do so. Take the mode of goodness side, not the mode of ignorance side. Oh, why do I have to pay this back? Amnesty. No, be responsible. If my mind keeps degrading to the position of wanting to be the enjoyer, this is because of so many lifetimes and so many misuses, conscious acts of misuse of free will. And now you're a devotee, and still conscious acts of misuse of free will. Oh, but it's due to the residual effect of so many lifetimes. It's a very similar question to what Navyovan is asking, just from a different perspective. It's very complicated. This network of material desires was his same as what you're saying. That's the consequence of misuse of free will. Let me understand that deeply. Let me not misuse free will any further. And even when I make that determination, I find that I misuse free will again. Sometimes just by inattention, sometimes willfully. This is the residual effect of past involvement in material existence since time immemorial. It's not going to just get up and go away. Maya is not going to let you out of jail just because you want out of jail. You got to prove that you're going to be a good citizen if she lets you out of jail. Okay, I'm ready. You invest consciousness, and that which you know will lead to the spiritual destination. Don't invest consciousness in lamenting, despondency, discouragement, lamentation, mode of ignorance. No. Yes. Say a strong enough yes over here, the no becomes easy.
So
That's the same as the second question he asked also. Which is our responsibility? The primary responsibility is yes to Krishna. Following behind that yes is a polite no thank you. Not angry, not despondent, no despair, no lamentation. It's unfortunate. I feel deep regret that I misused my free will for countless numbers of lifetimes. I feel great regret for that. I'm not going to dwell over there. I'm going to dwell over here. Because I have strong faith in Krishna's kindness and his love, and those loving associates of his that want to take us to him. Let me go with them. This other master, the mind of chronic complaining, that's not going to take me to a good place. That will take me to a good place. I choose there. That will take me to heavy weakness of heart.
the point, what understood is whatever comes to, whatever kind of things comes, neglecting them, fixing ourselves in the instructions and bring enthusiasm.
Yes. And essential in that is the loving relationship itself. Not just the instructions, but the loving relationship itself. I want that loving relationship. The instructions are a subset of that loving relationship, not the instructions are the relationship. I do the do's and avoid the don'ts, and that's it. I'm a machine. It's a plus or a minus, a plus or a zero. And I just respond to the pluses and reject the zeros. Which is not mechanical, it's a relationship. When the relationship is there, the pluses and the zeros will be there. The behaviors will be there. Want the relationship with Krishna. And that's accessed through those who represent Krishna. That's natural arrangement. That's how it works. That's Krishna's loving network. So yes, instructions, but submission to the person, into the relationship with the person. That's what we want. Then the yeses are easy, and the no's are easy. And without that, it's a struggle called the mind, the binary processor. Who wants to question? Yes, pass the microphone.
Maharaj, how to cultivate positive desires at the same time, how to avoid negative desires?
Say it again. I didn't catch it.
How to cultivate
How to cultivate
positive desires
positive desires
that conducive to Krishna consciousness, and at the same
that are
time,
conducive to Krishna consciousness at the same time.
how to avoid the negative desires?
Well, anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam. You know that verse? Yes? That means yes or no? No. Okay. It's Rupa Goswami, it's Lord Chaitanya's discussion in Chaitanya Charitamrita with, I believe, Rupa Goswami, the process of surrender. The makeup, so here's surrender. Here's a ball of surrender. What does it look like? Accept things favorable, reject things unfavorable. The essence is surrender. When you have someone that you have great affection for, and they say, could you please turn on the fan or turn off the fan, turn on the light or turn off the light. When you, something, you know, the behavior is there, and identify the do and the do not. When you have attachment for the person, is there any difficulty in the behavior? No. Surrender. So then there are things that can enhance one's surrender. Humility. Another important part of surrender. If one thinks oneself big, then you come before someone who you're supposed to surrender to, like Krishna. Why should I surrender to Krishna? Therefore, one of the trainings that we have is when we come before the altar, we pay our obeisances. And not like, you know, a big person that comes before a deity and goes like this, or, you know, they may go like this, but to go like that, we're trained, we pay our dandavats. And etc. Humility. And then you know, can go on. The whole process of Krishna consciousness, the training of the message of Bhagavad Gita and the activities that we perform, they enhance our Krishna consciousness, but they're not the essence of our Krishna consciousness. The essence of our Krishna consciousness is surrender to Krishna. When you're feeling very surrendered, it's very easy to do things you may not otherwise like to do, or to not do things you might otherwise like to do. Yes.
You said technology is very empowering that this thing that we see that it is going on developing.
Sure. And it will continue at an increasing rate.
Industry like maintenance, we see like people using all the technologies and all that. That how to guarding is that getting distracted by these things. We get to see it everywhere. That how to guarding is that the tendency is there to like already design it. I mean, desires are there in the heart, like how to guard against getting attracted by
There
them.
are such desires, how to guard against such desires.
Yes.
Knowledge, understand the shallowness, the superficiality, the dead end with a big bully at the other end of the dead end alley, ready to beat you up. That's what's waiting down that alley. A decadent society where values are gone, culture is gone, crassness predominates, viciousness. I mean, that's go down that alley, that's what's waiting. That's knowledge. But that's limited because even still one may be attracted. Knowledge alone is not enough. So try simultaneously. I mean, one of the, just a little note on what I just said. Srila Prabhupada instructed that one of the primary duties of a spiritual master is to train the disciple in such a way that they understand the futility of material life. It's right in Shukadeva Goswami to Maharaj Parikshit. He's about to die. He's not like thinking, hey, party time. But it's detachment. And why? And clearly understand those messages. Why? The forest of material enjoyment chapter in the Bhagavatam is very revealing. 4th canto. But more simultaneously and more important is the connecting medium with the spiritual world. So just like I was giving you this example of the research scientist saying, I know what is the happiness of a research scientist, but there's a happiness that I don't have. And I see that in all of you. Experience even one drop of that happiness. It takes away the attraction of so-called material enjoyment. Make your spiritual connection strong.
Hare Krishna. Am I audible?
Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, you can share your thoughts or realizations from this record, from this lecture of Maharaj Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. It's a very nice lecture as usual. I quite like that term Tarangurungini, which we have heard earlier also. That is, once we get into spiritual activity and then we start to take pride in whatever little fame name we are gathering. So we need to be very careful not to get affected by that Tarangurungini thing. That's it, Mataji. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Yugal Kishore Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. There are a lot of practical instructions because it's a question answer session. One of the points that really touched today, this morning, was that many points, but one of them is that how we have in this material world and suffering in these things. And it's very easy for us to blame to situations, circumstances, and anything. And Maharaj pointed that it is not that the circumstances or something. Become accountable, be responsible, because it is the due that we are paying because of the very wonderful word Maharaj would always use, that the free will, the exercise of the free will that we have done in the past. And of course, it is not in a favorable way, and it is in unfavorable way, and that's where we have to pay the due. And Maharaj gave the example of paying the payment, that if you have taken a debt, you have to pay back. So we cannot get waiver of that. Of course, the waiver possible in Krishna's hand, but in general way that we have to pay back that. And that is so important, because when we think that we are accountable, we accept the situation. And Maharaj would always say that when we are in Krishna consciousness, that the first is that accept where we are, and then move the trajectory upward towards the aspirations or the goal that we have in the life. But if we do not accept the situation, so this principle of that whatever we have done in the past and it is coming back as a due, so we have to, that acceptance will help us to move forward, rather than just being lamenting to that situation or blaming others or something else. So this is very important principle that Maharaj mentioned. And the last, very close towards the end, Maharaj said that Srila Prabhupada mentioned many times the duty of spiritual master is to make disciple understand the futility of the material world. And I think this is the very bigger principle, and that is why His Holiness Rinpoche Maharaj would always actually emphasize that not to get settled anything in this material world, because no matter what we do in this material world, finally is going to be the srama eva hi kevalam. It is just a waste of labor. So there are many other points and the instructions that Srila Prabhupada Maharaj was mentioning, that it is not about the instruction alone, but the relationship with the person who is actually giving that instruction. Otherwise, if you just follow the instruction, it is like Chat GPT or AI. They can give the answer, but there is no relationship. That the relationship is about with person, with whom, from whom that instruction is coming, and that makes the completeness of that. And Maharaj would always say that when some instruction is coming, there is a potency to fulfill that instruction, to follow that instruction, because there is a relationship. And once one devotee, when I was in US, he heard from Maharaj that we should get up early in the morning, and he was struggling very hard previously, but just by having a strong desire, and then he started following, and that's now many years he's been getting up in the morning. So just by taking one instruction seriously, and because there is a relationship, and with the relationship gives a potential. I think I took much time, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
No, Prabhu, not at all, Prabhu. Thank you so much for summarizing it, and especially when you're talking on what Srila Prabhupada says, right? So that really adds on so much of value, right? And the relationship between what should be a guru's, guru's thought process should be, basically he has to he has to train his disciple to get the humility. And so nicely, you have summarized, Prabhu. Even when we have missed something in between, right? So you have added those, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Shambhali Mataji, Hare Krishna Mataji. You actually raised your hand. Sorry, Mataji, I did not see.
No problem, Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yeah, today I heard very nicely. But one point I liked so much is the solace I got when Maharaji was telling the answer to the question. Like if we are doing something wrong, also we don't need to feel or lament for that, because this is because of many lifetimes we carry those anarthas with us. But we should be grateful that we are in this Krishna consciousness movement, and keep going. That gave me I felt very nice, Mataji, after hearing that from Maharaj directly. That was very nice. And one more thing is, this is not mechanical. It's a relationship between Krishna and individual. So that also I liked it. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for adding those lines. Hare Krishna, Ananya Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Myself, Chandan. I have to rename.
Sorry, Hare
Sorry,
Krishna,
I
Chandan
didn't
Prabhu.
rename.
Sorry.
So, Mataji, I like the one point. I have one question also. I will ask in the last. What I understood, we have free will, and from the previous lecture of Maharaji mentioned that since we are at the touch of marginal energy, we can go either this side or that side. So if we are using our free will responsibly in the Krishna consciousness, Krishna gives the intelligence, proper intelligence to move in, to go nearer to him. So in the nutshell, I understood. And Maharaji was talking about the anarthas also, not so much, but yeah. So yesterday I was discussing with one of the devotees in Bhurijan Prabhu's class. So he told that I mentioned that anartha nivriti, it's a bhakti process, and anartha nivritis, after that nishtha comes and all those things, like whatever the like lines are there. But that devotee mentioned me, anartha still remains in the heart up to the bhava stage in very subtle form, and this is the reason. Bharat Maharaj fall down. So I could not understand because lacking of knowledge, I could not say that person is right or wrong. But yeah, I need to understand because my understanding was anartha nivriti happens, then only nishtha and all those things comes. In bhava stage there is no anartha, and in one of the lecture I listened that since Bharat Maharaj was not having any devotee association, because of that his fall up. So any Prabhuji like Eagle Kishore Prabhuji or Kumarika Mataji, Shyam Kund Prabhu, please, or any Prabhu knows the answer, please help me.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Yoga Krishna Prabhu or Shamkund Prabhu, Kumarika Mataji, any please help here.
Maybe I'll give it. Let Kumarika Mataji answer, please. She'll know this answer. Kumarika Mataji, you're there? No,
Mataji is not there, Prabhu.
Oh, okay. Are you going to Kishore Prabhu or anybody else too?
Yeah, Prabhu, please go ahead. I already had something, so I would like to hear from you.
I mean, it's simple, Chandan Prabhu. The stages which Rupa Goswami has said doesn't mean like a step. Like in a steps, like I step, put my foot on the first step, then the second step, then the third step, fourth step, etc. It doesn't mean that if once I have nishtha, or like say for example, if I do nishtha, then I have sadhu sangha, then I do bhajana kriya, then anartha nivritti, and after anartha nivritti, then I have like one by one, everything else goes further. Then there's a nishtha, etc. No, it is a continuum. Why? Because the statement given in the scripture is from the beginning to the end, they are all various stages of nishtha. So even at the stage of bhava, there will be something like, I'm just exaggerating, 80% nishtha. So there could be 100% sadhu sangha, 60%, 70, about 85% anarthas would have been gone. Nivritti is gone, but 15% remaining. So it's like a spectrum. It continuously exists. It's only after one crosses the stage of bhav that one has the lower things completely removed and other things add up more and more. So it is not sequential, Prabhu. Everything is there together like a spectrum. Okay, does that help, Chandan Prabhu?
Yes, definitely. And the same thing that Prabhuji was telling, like in even the bhava stage, anartha remains in the very subtle form, very, very minute form in the heart.
Yeah.
Like that. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhu, Chandan Prabhu and Shamkun Prabhu for addressing this question. We're already time up, so we'll close this session today, and any questions we'll take it tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Devata.